Hello, hello, dear Gemini. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. And this is your reading for the 1st till the 15th of February of 2020. Dear Gemini, your ruling planet will be moving retrograde on the 16th of the month. So it is from the 2nd of February, it's starting to move into its shadow period. If you're more interested in what is going on in February with the astrology, please stay till the end of the video. Continuing after the tarot reading is the astrology for February. So let's look at your divine spread and what's going on. We've got two cards. Two cards, and we've got the Hanging Man and the Moon. Okay, so the Hanging Man is, of course, Pisces. Venus is actually moving through Pisces now. Venus in Pisces can be very sacrificial, very unconditional, but Pisces can also be an illusion. So therefore, even though it's a spiritual house, Neptune does, make things very elusive where we can't see. It's wearing those rose-colored glasses, that veil, not being able to see clearly. Here we've also got the Moon, which many people say it's Pisces. For me, it's Cancer. So it's got to do with, I would say more than likely, with what was going on around the eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse, which happened on the 10th of January. And that's in relation to home, security, stability, family as well. So you've got two cards, which they both fill out, so I have to take them. The Hanging Man can speak of course, some sort of change in perspective or trying to see things through, the divine lens, trying to see the information, trying to be enlightened where there was darkness. The Hanging Man can also mean sacrifice, of course, and having to wait. And I know how hard it is for Gemini to sit around waiting. But this is Piscean energies. Now the Sun will be moving into the sign of Pisces very soon. So could this mean that you get the enlightenment, you see what comes to a culmination, to an ending in relation to all the things I just mentioned around the time of Pisces, when the Sun moves into Pisces? Let's take your cards, dear Gemini. Let's look at and see with a divine spread what else we need to know. Now the Moon can also be a card of fears, intuition and dreams. So pay attention. Okay, at your foundation we've got the Five of Swords. So in your home there's been quite a battle. There may be three people in a situation. It doesn't have to be romantic. Could be someone sticking their nose into your business. There is an imbalance around home and in your security, and this stems from the past, distant past, I should say. Now here we've got the hidden message. We've got the King of Cups, which is it's either a Piscean or a Cancerian individual, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For some of you, for some others of you, it may also be a Scorpio, but for me, we've got Pisces and Cancer here. Now, if those of you don't look into the astrology, then this card is Pisces for some of you as well. So it could be double Pisces. Let's see what's in the recent past. And we've got the Knight of Cups, which is an offer that's come through. But this is the Knight that it can be very emotional. Therefore, he is not certain about offering this cup. He wants to offer his emotions, his love, but then sometimes he can be overwhelmed by the fluctuating emotions, and there is a lot of water here which speaks of emotions running wild. Okay, so in the now position we have the Queen of Wands, and this is a fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. Dear Gemini, this could be your energy, this could be you. You are a business owner, you are very driven, very spontaneous to take action. Luck is on your side. The Queen of Wands is someone who can be very creative as well, very fiery, not much patience there. She acts before she thinks. And let's see what she's looking towards. So your trajectory, dear Gemini, is the Four of Cups. So you may even be hoping for some sort of an offer where your home is concerned. Some of you may be hoping, I don't know, to purchase a home, to sell a home. Could even be a business, because in the area, it is in the area of Capricorn here, if we look at the table as a zodiac wheel. So there is an offer that maybe that's come through but hasn't been noticed. You've been too busy, not able to accept it for whatever reason, because of family situation. Could be anything. Now, this could be the cup. This could be the cup. Could it be that both parties, if this is your partner, dear Gemini, this is the person that you adore, the person that you love, could it be that you're both hoping for the same thing? Hoping for an offer from the other person, I mean. I don't know why I had to say that, but it's got something to do with stability, security, home and work, obviously. Whatever happens at home affects work, and whatever happens at work affects home. We all know that. So let's see what the action and advice is. And we've got the Star. And the Star is Aquarius energy. It is a wish fulfillment. We are in the time of Aquarius. It's a card of hope. So the Divine Spirit is advising you that don't give up hope. Healing will come through. Whatever this conflict, this battle was, don't lose hope. And the Star can also speak of the future. This is an indication that this is a wish fulfillment in the near future. Now, you could be dealing with someone that is at a distance. The Star is something that is far away from us. And again, the Star can also speak of social media and communication. Now, you know, we've got Uranus transiting Taurus. Uranus rules Aquarius. Taurus is all about values. So there are many changes where our values are concerned, where our projects, the things we love, even our money. There are going to be many changes, many radical changes. But the card here says don't give up hope. Let's look at the outcome. And we've got the Hanging Man. Well, this is crazy. This is crazy. It looks as though whatever is going to happen for you, and even though it's the time of Aquarius now, we've still got in the near future, which would be roughly mid-month of February, the Hanging Man again. It's saying that you still need to wait. You haven't received the lesson yet. Look out for signs and synchronicities. There is some sort of a hold-up. Now, what comes after the Hanging Man is number 13, which is the Death card. And that's where the radical, the major changes will happen for you. Scorpio is all about transformation. So just thinking. It's funny that we've got the Hanging Man twice. That's why I said before that both of you are probably in the same situation. That both of you are obviously holding on, waiting on. There is some sort of blockage, and it's the Moon. And it's got something to do with family. Something to do with family security. And the Moon being Cancer is where the North Node is. And fate, we're in a very very karmic time where fated events are going to take place. Let's see what the Divine wants you to know. The Divine position. What do you need to know? This is for Gemini, please. And we've got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is that door opening. You are turning your back on something, making a decision to walk through a new doorway. It does say that the world is opening up for you. Could you be thinking of traveling, or are you dealing with someone who may have strong Sag in their chart? Now, Sagittarius is this energy. For me, Sagittarius is, again, faith. It's your beliefs. Sagittarius, of course, is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is transiting through Capricorn, so therefore it is expanding on all those malefic energies of Pluto, the South Node, and Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. We've still got the second half of February, which is not going to be easy astrologically. Mars, which is in Sagittarius, will be joining, and Mars is a malefic planet. It's a difficult energy. It will be touching on those planets, on Jupiter, so Jupiter expands on everything it touches. Now, Jupiter can be luck, but it is a little bit, its luck is dimmed somewhat moving over these malefic planets. But even though it's the biggest planet in our solar system, its strength is still dimmed, I feel. And it's also, it gives that silver lining. It's the silver lining at the end of the rainbow. So what I feel is that we've still got a storm ahead of us, dear Gemini. I think once we come out of the woods, beginning of March, things will be much better. Let's see what's at the beginning, at the bottom of the deck. And we've got the Six of Pentacles, which is equal giving and receiving. This is the energy of Libra for me. And we've got the scales here, so this is like equilibrium, finding balance. This can also speak of legalities, child support, legal issues. Also, this could be someone in your life that is quite generous. He gives to others, and when we give, we receive back. So if this is you and you are giving, obviously karma will come back to you and you will receive as well. What's beneath that? We've got the Chariot, which is movement, overcoming obstacles. This could even be moving home, traveling for work, traveling to a distant place. Again, we've got the stars on top of his head, and this is Cancer again, very, very fated. Okay, the Chariot. We've got the stars above him, so again, he's moving towards his wishes. You are in the driver's seat, okay, and this is Spirit pushing you forth. Let's take an astrology card. This is the Black Moon astrology cards. If you are interested in the cards that I'm using, please check out the description box below. I've also got my links there. I am holding a competition for a free reading for Valentine's Day, and it does involve commenting on Instagram. But if you want the details, stay at the end of the astrology update after this tarot reading. Towards the end of the video is where I tell you the details. Everything and all the links are in the description box below. So please, Spirit, for Gemini, how are they being affected from the 1st to the 15th of February 2020? Gemini, what do they need to know? And we've got Saturn return and age. Another sign got this card, and it was, I think it was Taurus. So if you are dealing with a Taurian, Saturnian energy can be quite tough. It's very maturing. You are going through a maturing stage at this time, dear Gemini. For those of you that are around 50 plus is 55, 56 is the second Saturn return for those of you that are astrology lovers, and it's a very difficult time where we receive lessons. Now, this is obviously, as I said, for the sign of Taurus who got this card, this is like a slap in the face. It's learning a lot. Also, it's restrictions. It's asking that you stand in your integrity, put in the effort, put in the hard work, sacrifice some more. Unfortunately, dear Gemini, that's what your reading is saying here with the Hanging Man. Now, Saturn can be an elder, a wiser, a teacher for you as well. This would normally be a father, a guru, a teacher. Maybe this is someone who is advising you, sharing their knowledge with you. And again, as I said, Saturn with Pluto has recently been together. Their energy has been huge because they were affecting the eclipses, and therefore we've all gone through difficulties. We're going through transformation. It's very karmic. Saturn is the Lord of karma and time, and this is all about timing. So you know, the card of Pisces is a 12. 12 could even add up to a 3. Could we be talking about 3 months, 3 weeks for others of you? Well, 12 weeks are 3 months anyway. So let's say February, March, April, end of April. Something could be happening for you end of April, beginning of May. And so in the time of Taurus, you could be seeing the fruits of your sacrifice, whatever you've been waiting for. Let's take more cards. Let's take more cards, dear Gemini, and see what else is happening for you. Let's look at the Hangman. I think I got a peek at the Death card. I'm not sure because it flipped open and then closed really quickly. I do think that I saw the card of Death. The Hanging Man. What's that all about, please, Spirit? Well, we've got the Two of Pentacles. So, yes, juggling between work, home, sacrificing a lot, trying to make a decision, trying to see the light before you actually make this very important decision. Whatever this is, what's the Moon all about? And we've got the Tower, which again is Pluto. It is Pluto bringing in transformation as well as Uranus going through the sign of Taurus. As I said, there is a major shift in your home, in your security, in your stability. 2 more cards came out and they just threw themselves out. This is something dropping, something changing radically, suddenly. And it's got to do with the home and it's got to do with the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands is someone who is driven by their passion, someone who's very creative, someone who could be from a distance. We do have the Four of Wands, which says that there is a change, a sudden change. So there's a sudden change in celebrating and you're moving very quick towards that. Or there is a sudden change where a marriage changes. Someone moves. Someone moves. Could be moving also to a distant place, to another town. There is quick movement here. We go from the Knight of Cups, which is very slow moving, to the Knight of Wands. Now, it's interesting to see that we do have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is more masculine, let's say. The Queen of Wands is more feminine. As I said, could you be dealing with someone who's got strong Pisces as well as maybe Sagittarius, could be any other fire sign here. And I would say that with the Knight of Wands, you're quickly moving into stability, into some sort of commitment, could be. Let's take more cards, shall we? Okay, what's this Five of Swords? What's this imbalance in your foundation? And we've got the Queen of Cups. Very interesting indeed. Here we've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and they're facing towards each other. Very sensitive, very intuitive. Queen of Cups is someone who feels very much. That's why she's like the minor arcana of the High Priestess. And the Queen of Cups is someone that is very emotional about this imbalance. Very emotional. She feels very strongly. There are strong emotions here. Let's see what this King of Cups is all about. I do feel as though there is something, there is a blockage here. What's the King of Cups? And we've got the Chariot, which again is Cancer, but this can also speak of movement as well. And it's very fated, the forward momentum. This is the King of Cups, maybe someone who may be moving home, moving from a distance, someone who is very home, very much like a home person. They love the family, very open with their heart. And again, it's very fated. We've got the North Node again, as I said, in Cancer. Let's look at the Knight of Cups. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. And this is an imbalance. Five of Pentacles, For some reason, there could be money issues. There could be things to do with faith, religion. There is something that's stopping and stagnating this offer coming forth. Let's look at the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords. So severing ties, speaking the truth, successful new beginning. Interesting. We've got, what swords do we have? We've got the 5 and then the 6th sword, which speaks of leaving the past in the past, moving over water, leaving troubles behind. What's there? And we've got the 6 of Cups, which is a soulmate energy, which obviously is trying to come back in. As I said, Mercury retrograde is starting soon, dear Gemini, and that's your ruling planet. So you could be dealing with a soulmate connection. They're coming back in. For some reason, there was an offer that could not be accepted before. Now we've got the 6 of Cups. 6 and 4 equal 10. 10 of Cups. It looks like this connection is obviously very, very fulfilling. Even if this is from a soulmate, from the past, from a past lifetime, it feels as though you've got unfinished business and you're coming together. What's this star? And we've got the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups can also speak of gossip. It can speak of going out. Maybe you will learn about a wish fulfillment through friends, acquaintances, or maybe when you're out celebrating something. Let's look at the Hanging Man. The Hanging Man in the outcome. What's that all about? And we've got 2 cards. So we've got the Queen of Swords. So now we have 3 queens. And 3 queens can speak of gossip. And we've got the 3 of Wands. So what I feel here is that, and we know that the Queen of Swords logically is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I would say that this is you again, dear Gemini. You obviously, through speaking your truth, through going through that transformation, whatever this is, you need to use that sword to sever. You need to turn your back on what you've been dealing with, whatever that hasn't been working for you. You've got the 2 of Wands here and then the 3 of Wands. Now, 3s, again, can speak of a love triangle. We've got quite a few people here. Let's take another card on this 2 of Wands. But also the 3 of Wands says that what you've sacrificed, what you've been enlightened and you've grown spiritually through these karmic lessons, now it's time for you to receive. But he's waiting and he's patient because those ships do take time. Let's look at that 2 of Wands. And we've got the Knight of Pentacles. And this is a certain someone not moving forth because of lack of certainty. Someone is planning. This is the Virgo card. So what this is saying is that someone is planning their path. They're planning for their future. They're actually stopped right now. It's as though you are in a situation that is actually stopped for whatever reason. And it's like something is going to start. Saturn is very slow moving. Let's look at the Knight of Pentacles, which is holding that Ace of Pentacles. Let's take another card on that position and see what this planning is about. Okay, because he's holding that Ace of Pentacles, which can mean many things, the Ace of Pentacles. And we've got the Empress. And the Empress can also be, it can mean love. It is Venus here. Venus is here, and we've got the Empress, which speaks of Taurus and Libra. Libra brings harmony in relationships. Taurus brings values. As I said, the Tower, which is also like Uranus, is moving through the sign of Taurus. She also brings money, goods. She brings love. She brings abundance. And she's also pregnant pregnant with this metaphorical seed, which she will give birth to. Logically, I do see her, and she's another 3. I do see her as having to wait roughly 6 months. So I did say April. From April to July, I would say that's when things are going to radically change, and it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be worth it. Let's take this 6 of Pentacles, which is the general energy. And we've got the card of July here. The seventh month is July. Let's look at the six of Pentacles, which can speak of June. That is around your birthday. And we've got the 4 of Pentacles. 6 and 4 in a family situation, someone is holding back. 4 of Pentacles is usually my Taurus card. This is the miser. It looks as though there is no equal giving and receiving in some sort of a family situation. It's a one-way street here, it looks like. Now, what I'd like to do is I'm going to take some Sibilas for you. Very interesting. We've got the King of Cups. And we've got 3 Knights. We've got the Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. I do feel that the Knight of Cups, no doubt, is your King of Cups. For whatever reason, this person is needing to sacrifice something. They're trying to make a decision, and then suddenly something is going to happen that's going to bring something stable and something celebratory. Let's look at the Karma Dharma position. And we've got 3 Queens. 1, 2, 3 Queens and the Empress. Now the Empress is obviously, she trumps the Queens. She is strong. And I feel that this is your energy, dear Gemini. I do feel that you are going to come into harmony. You are coming into something really good. As I said, as long as you use this sword, speak your truth, and do what you have to do, because you can't be hanging upside down like that forever. Let's take the Karma Dharma position. We've got the Gran Signore, which is a number 13, and this is the... sometimes I do see this king as the King of Hearts. It is a number 13, which speaks of Scorpio. I do see this king as either very similar to the King of Cups or the King of Pentacles. Now 13 means Scorpio. Scorpio is all about change, transformation. So I will leave that to you and in your individual situation what that means for you. Here we've got the Vecchia Signora, which is a number 2, 2 of Swords. So maybe you could be receiving advice, seeing someone that is older, wiser, helping you make a decision that you need to make. But this can also speak of a visitor as well. Someone is trying to decide whether they will travel and visit. And here is the visit. The 3 of Wands. It's going to take 3 months. It's going to take 3 months for sure. Some of you could be 3 weeks, but I feel that it's 3 months. These 2 cards are very, very similar to me. They're practically the same cards. So February, March, April, as I said. So your knight in shining armor is coming through, dear Gemini. So we've got a Gran Signora here and a knight. So we've got an elder, someone who's driven by their money. This person feels quite royal. Now the Viaggio is someone who maybe travels for work. He is more like, let's say, the Knight of Wands. Could even be, because Knight of Wands is Sagittarian. Could be someone that's obviously at a distance from a different culture to you. What I'd like to see is, I want to look at the hidden position, the King of Cups and the Chariot. We have Denaro, which is the Ace of Pentacles, but it's also a matrimony that is very abundant. So security is coming through for you. This is also the Six of Cups. So this King of Cups could be a child, and you've got the Six of Cups there. So this is your soulmate, the King of Cups. Let's take another card. We've got the Artista, which is a discovery that's made. This is the ingenious mind, the Aquarian person. This could be a professor. Seven of Cups is also the energy of Pisces. And we've got Falsita. Falsita is lack of trust. This is also the Four of Pentacles, very similar to the Four of Pentacles that I said before. So the Falsita, which can speak of deception, is here as well. Let's take one more card. And we've got the Stanza, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Again, now this is the card of the news is coming through. Whatever's been hidden will be shown to you. This is also a card of intimacy. Okay. Now, the Four of Pentacles can speak of that someone, this King of Cups, is holding back on something because of lack of trust about things that were hidden, things that were not known. It's interesting to see that we've got two Pentacle cards here, a 1 and a 4, which equal the Five of Pentacles, which is also here. That's probably why you may be feeling at a bit of a distance, emotionally, spiritually, physically, from this Knight of Cups. And that's probably why, because of a lack of trust or things that are, again, fears with the moon, right? What I want to see is I want to take one card on this Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords. What's that all about, please, Spirit? So what's the Queen doing? She's looking into her cup. What's she looking at? And she's looking at a wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups. Now, Nine of Cups can also be very Piscean, again, because the Nine of Cups is a card of escapism, drinking too much, eating too much, maybe not eating and drinking, or something that is around health. And I feel that this conflict with the Five of Swords could be quite draining for this Queen of Cups. She's very much in her emotion. She's holding the 10th cup. So what she needs to do, again, as with the Hangman twice, is to change her perspective and know that it's only a matter of time that she receives her wish fulfillment. Now, obviously, the Nine of Cups can also mean someone who's been smug. They've gotten away with something. There was happiness at some stage, but she's holding the 10th cup. So the happiness is in her hands. So, dear Gemini, this is you. Then your happiness lies in your hands. Okay? I think I will leave these feelers at that. What I'd like to do now, dear Gemini, is take my handwritten cards, and I'm going to look at the King of Cups here, the King and Queen of Cups. And as I said, I do feel some of you, you know, the Queen of Pentacles could be someone in your life, someone around you, could be a sister, could be a friend, and the Queen of Swords could also be a mother, or another sister, or let's say a family member. The Empress can also be the mother. Doesn't matter that if you are a mother, then this is you. For others of you on another level, this could be your mum. But I feel that for most of you, I mean, this is different sides to you. So there's a lot of, I said there is a lot of water, so there's a lot of fluctuating emotions here, and that's why you are showing up as fire, water, air, and then love. So a lot of mixed emotions. Let's take the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. First of all, the Queen of Cups. We have, I need you, I still love you, please come to me. And this is the Six of Swords, which I did mention before. It's on top of the Five of Swords. The message here could be that, with that Ace of Swords. And this could be, please come to me. Someone could be coming from a distance. Let's look at this King of Cups. We have, you are so hot, I want you, you drive me crazy. And this is the Eight of Wands, which can be love messages, but it can also speak of flight travel. Now, we do have the King of Cups, which is usually more emotional than sexual. So that means to me that there is a lot of fire in this King of Cups as well. And we are so different, and I don't know if this could ever work out. I don't know what to do. So this King of Cups is very conflicted. That's the Five of Wands. But we've got 8 and 5, both are same, they're wands. That equals 13, which again speaks of transformation and change. I'm going to take just one more card on the Empress. For some of you, this could be another person. Let's see. And she says, we're done. I can't do this anymore. It hurts too much. And this is the Ten of Swords. So this motherly figure says that we are done. I can't do this anymore. It's the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords does break down to the Ace of Swords, which you are holding up here, dear Gemini. All right, I think that I will take one card now and finish your reading. It's an angel answer. Please think of your question. Let's see what the divine wants you to know about what you are asking. Let's see. So for Gemini, please, Spirit. Gemini, 1st to 15th of February 2020, Gemini. And we have recovery. Interesting. Another sign had this, and it was Pisces. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's very interesting. Let's take one more, just for the heck of it. Perfect timing. Let's read from the book. Recovery doesn't only mean recovering mentally, physically. It can also speak of recovery in some sort of a situation. So let's read it. This is a period of recovery and healing for you. The challenging emotions that you've been dealing with will fade away with time. Although it may be difficult to see now, there is a joyful future awaiting you. But for now, take all the time you need to regain your strength. This card can also mean that your recovery is nearly finished or already complete. Send words of gratitude to heaven and begin planning for the next exciting phase of your life. Interesting. Perfect timing. Let's look at that. This is the perfect timing for the situation you've asked about. Move forward with confidence. Don't delay or hesitate because an energy gateway is presently open for you. Conditions are ripe. Even if you don't feel prepared, rest assured that you are. And that's it. So you are ready, dear Gemini. I know wild horses probably can't hold you back. For whatever reason, we've got the Hangman twice. If that is not, I'm waiting. If that is not, I'm sacrificing. For some of you, it can mean that you're not ready to take the next step because you're waiting for a certain enlightenment, a certain synchronicity, message from above. For others of you, this is, you're saying that that's enough of waiting. You've got the Ace of Swords in your hand and you're saying this is the time to begin. And you are turning your back on someone or something and also waiting for your ships to come through, because when we make space, obviously, that's when there is room for something new to move into our lives. So I will leave it at that. I want to thank you so, so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. And as I said, stick around for the astrology, and after that is the announcement for the free giveaway. All right, everyone, thank you so much. I will be doing Valentine's Day readings for each sign as well, so look out for those. Bye for now. Hello, everyone. Thank you for sticking around for the astrology part of the reading. For those of you that like to know roughly what's going on in the month of February of 2020, hope that you all made it very easily through the very challenging month of January. We're still not out of the storm, still not out of the challenges. I know that mid-month of February until even March, the whole of March, I would say, is going to be fairly demanding and a bit of a challenge, because we're going to have Mars that's going to move into, as you could see, into this sign of Capricorn. It's going to pass over the South Node, then Jupiter and Pluto with Saturn, which, you know, the eclipse that we had on the 10th of January, which was connected to difficult and challenging aspects, was really, really tough. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. As I said, Mars is fire, it's war, it's the ruling planet of Aries. And Aries, the shadow side of Aries can be aggression. Now, Mars can speak of energy and vitality and strength and power. So, you know, with Mars moving over the South Node, which is very karmic, Mars and the South Node, which has to do with past situations, anything to do with what is very familiar, and again, very, very karmic. Mars is asking for us to let go of something of the past. Let it go. That's what the South Node is. It's something that we're supposed to be moving away from. Then Mars will be joining Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and the ruling planet, is in its home sign, which, as you all know, Saturn is amplified in the sign of Capricorn. It is very strong there, as I said, and Mars also likes to be in the sign of Capricorn. It is very strong there. Capricorn is governments, government agencies. It's the law. It's anything to do with the warrior, let's say, you know, that fighter. It's the goat that climbs the mountain. And it does speak of integrity and having to do the hard work. Now, of course, Mars will give us the energy, but because Capricorn is very slow moving and Mars is very fast, it's fire, you know, the downside to this can be aggression, passive aggressiveness, or, you know, even Mars, I suppose, in the sign of Capricorn will have to slow down and be patient with doing things that are necessary to be done. So we know that Jupiter expands on everything and touches what is Mars. Mars is, again, quick, fire, challenge, go for it, spontaneity. You know, it's everything that Aries is. Now, Mars can also speak of beginnings. So Jupiter is spirituality. It's something that grows, something that becomes very abundant. So therefore, it amplifies everything to do with Mars. Now, of course, Pluto and Saturn, which are still conjunct, they're still together. We know that Pluto brings transformation. It's, you know, the power. Saturn is the general, let's say, of the planets of the zodiac. And it's very, you know, it needs strategy, needs slow and steady movement. So whatever transformation we've been going through, and this could relate to anything to do with what I mentioned of Capricorn. And Capricorn is also work. It's the 10th house. And it's also our status. So there is a very slow transformation that we're going through. Now, as I said, Mars can be fire. We know that Mars, Pluto, and Saturn are the malefic planets of the zodiac. Therefore, and with Jupiter coming up to this area, even though there's quite a bit of a space between them. They're like 10 degrees apart. Jupiter is a very big planet, and Pluto is very powerful. And again, Pluto and Saturn are very karmic. So with Mars coming over these two big players, Jupiter coming closer, it's going to amplify the karma. It's going to amplify the difficulties. And again, anything can happen. Anything can happen. With Mars being here, it is like that spark that's going to begin a situation where, again, it's going to be, I want to move forward, but I can't because I've got Saturn here, and Pluto, which are asking for transformation. Now, again, Saturn, very slow moving. He's the Lord of time and karma. So therefore, it's like trying to move forward quickly with Mars, but then needing to slow down. And this will all be amplified with Jupiter very close here. So that's why I'm saying that mid-February, from the 16th of February, when Mars will enter Capricorn, it will start to slowly move over these planets, these energies here. Let's go back to the beginning of the month. What is important in February? We've got on the 3rd of February, we're having Mercury entering Pisces. Let's see that. Okay, so the 3rd of February, as you can see here, we've got the 3rd of February, and we're having, well, it's only hours away, let's say. Mercury will be moving into Pisces. Now, Mercury is the mind. Pisces it's the divine, it's spiritual, it's very creative as well. So we know that Mercury is all about logic, and Pisces is all about no logic, like we're zonked out, we're living in a dream. It's very dreamy-like. So we're going to be seeing things that are very imaginative. What we perceive will be through creativity, through seeing something that is very dreamy. That's what the energy that Mercury gets when it's in the sign of Pisces. And it will be moving over, obviously, Neptune, which is the ruling planet of Pisces. We did have recently, I'm going to say, a conjunction with Venus and Neptune, which can be very dreamy. It can be the divine love. It can also be money, let's say, through creativity. Okay, and but we did have Venus that was squaring over to Mars. Mars and Venus are very, they're the lovers of the zodiac. And the square is not easy, so it's as though we've turned some sort of a corner. Maybe even with Neptune being the illusion, maybe there was some sort of an argument or a misunderstanding where, relationships are concerned. Now, Venus is very strong. She loves being in Pisces, so that gives her more power. And anyway, let's go on to the 7th of the month, which is, now the hours may be a little bit off, doesn't really matter. Venus is going to enter Aries, and Venus turns from dreamy, romantic, let's say, very sacrificial. She turns into the warrior queen, let's say, where she actually she goes towards and she wants to take a risk on love. She's action orientated. She's ready for new beginnings. And she does become the warrior queen, as I said. So very fire, Aries is fire, so very fire-stricken. She's ready to go for what she wants, and that gives her the energy, obviously. So full moon on February 9th. So let's go on to the 9th of the month. We're having a full moon. Yes, so the full moon will be in the sign of Leo, and it is at 20 degrees. So it is obviously it's the time of Aquarius, so happy birthday if you are an Aquarian. Okay, so 20 degrees is, if you have, let's say, something in your chart for those of you that are familiar with your charts. If you are not, please go to astro.com, put in your details there for a natal birth chart, put in your birth details, the exact time if you know it, and you can get your natal chart. You can see where all your planets are. So yes, if you've got something around the 20-degree mark, obviously this full moon will be touching on your life. Now, full moons are culminations. It is some sort of completion. Leo is all about the heart. It's the child that wants to go out and play. It's all about flirtation. It's all about creating something of your own. It's a risk that you're needing or wanting to take. And Leo is also the heart. So it's also bringing things out and showing the world. Okay, now, being the star, being up on stage, that's what is culminating here with the full moon in Leo. Now, what I wanted to say also is that for those of you that know which are the important points, let's say rising, the ascendant, the descendant, the midheaven, and the IC, right? So those points are very important in the chart. So if you do have anything on those points connecting to the full moon, even, you know, with the full moon close to one of these very important points, it is a very important time for you. So I want to say, because the full moon is in Leo, obviously it is some sort of a culmination also, which will be affecting the rest of the fire signs. So Aries and Sagittarius, as well as Leo, will be the most that are affected. Okay, let's go into the next transit. As I said, the 16th of the month is when Mars will be moving into the sign of Capricorn. Now, it is showing up in Sag. I don't want to go hours forward, back and forth. Anyway, so Capricorn will be moving into the sign of Capricorn, as I explained earlier. And what do we have here? On the same day, we are actually having Mercury turning retrograde. Now, let me go forward a few hours so I can show you that. Okay, so I just moved Mercury forward so you could see how it will be retrograde. And of course, it's on the 2nd of February, it will be moving into its shadow period. So on the 17th, well, I'm in the northern hemisphere on the 17th. So for others, it could be on the 16th, depending on, it's only hours difference, nevertheless. So yes, it will be turning retrograde, and it will continue up until the 9th of March, when it will station to go direct. So it will leave its retrograde shadow zone, let's say, at the end of March, on the 29th of March. So we're talking roughly around 2 months, you know, both shadow periods in the beginning and in the end. But the retrograde is usually around 3 weeks, maybe just over. So, okay, a couple of days after that, we're having the sun move into Pisces. Okay, so here we are, and the sun moving into Pisces. Again, happy birthday to you, Piscean people, and wishing you all the best on your birthday. This is a very important time for you in your lives. Okay, our birthday month is always full of blessings. So, and obviously, very soon, in the next few days, you get your new moon, but I will get to that. We've got one more thing to mention on the 20th of the month. 20th of the month, we have Jupiter sextiling Neptune. And where are we? Jupiter in Capricorn, which is sextiling over to Neptune. And we know that this can be We know that Jupiter expands on everything. Neptune is very dreamy. Sometimes, you know, a sextile is very positive. So this is the first consecutive of 3 meetings with Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune in Pisces is very strong. Again, very dreamy. Could be those rose-colored glasses. It can be a very spiritual time. Both Neptune and Jupiter are very spiritual. And we know that also with Jupiter, it's all about our belief systems. So it could also include any connections with people from different backgrounds as well. It is a time of generosity and compassion. That's what Pisces is. And this is expanding, obviously, with Jupiter as well. So, as I said, this is the first conversation with these 2 big planets. And there's 2 more, which will be, I think the next one will be sometime in July and then in October. Now, also the last very important thing is the new moon on the 23rd. We're having a new moon in Pisces. As I was saying, dear Pisces, this is your annual new moon. It's a very lucky time for you, very beneficial. Make sure, and I'm talking to everyone now, to set out those intentions. Send your wishes out to the divine. Pisces is the divine. This is an amazing time for letting the divine know what you wish to bring for you. And you never know, in a matter of 6 months, this could be what will happen for you. Okay, now let's go a few hours forward, since we know that with new moons, we've got the moon and the sun together, as you can see here. Here we go. The sun and the moon at 4 degrees in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so new beginnings, that's what new moons are all about. And it is happening at 4 degrees. 4 degrees roughly of Pisces. So again, for those of you that have your birthday, 4 degrees would be the first decan of the sign of Pisces. So for those of you that have your birthday on the first days of the season, the Piscean season, for you it's especially very important that there are new beginnings, and this is a wild card for you, a very, very lucky time. All right, everyone, so I think I will leave it at that. Soon, just one last thing, we're going to be having not very long, a couple of months to go before the nodes are going to change from Cancer, Capricorn to Gemini and Sagittarius to that axis. So I will get into that when we get to that time. Thank you for listening. Hope that this was a little bit of enlightenment for you, for those of you that are astrology lovers, beginners mainly, because we don't go very deep into the astrology. Just a last thing that I want to show here is that I don't know about you guys if you've had any synchronicities or anything like that recently, but what I keep seeing is 444. 44 is everywhere. Usually I'm the person who sees number 11, and that's why I've called my channel Divine Debut 11. But the past month, I would say roughly, it's 444 all the time, and they're angel numbers. So it's saying that, to me personally, it's saying that whatever difficulties we're all going through, the divine is still there looking out for us. So for those of you that have been through hardship, and it's most of us, since the beginning of the even end of last year, know that this too will pass, and always positive thinking brings a positive outcome. That's how energy works. So again, thank you very much. Wishing you all well. Talk to you very soon. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. Letting you know that I am hosting a competition for Valentine's Day, and what that will include. So the winner will be able to win from me a 40-minute love reading using tarot. Okay, so if you'd like to enter, this competition is going to be done through Instagram. So what you need to do is, first of all, I have my Instagram link in the description box below at Divine Debut 11. So if you don't know how that's spelled, please check it out in the description box. What you need to do is go to my Instagram, find the post about the competition, which will be up there. You also have to tag 2 friends in the comments. Okay, so we will be choosing from the people who have tagged 2 of their friends, obviously. Also, make sure that you are following me on Instagram. Now, the more times that you comment, the higher your chances are of winning. Okay, so the winner will be chosen from the comments, okay, which we'll be checking that they have tagged 2 friends. So the competition is going to start from as soon as you can find the as soon as you can find that post about the competition. So you could start to enter. The competition will end on the 11th of February, so on the 11th of the 2nd of 2020. Okay, very important date. Now, the delivery of the prize will be for the lucky winner on the 14th of February. I should say that the prize will be, the reading will be done before that, but they will receive it and in relation to Valentine's Day. So they may receive it the day after, on the 12th, on the 13th, at the latest on the 14th. Okay, so you have to contact me through Instagram. Okay, that's the only way that you can enter this competition. And it is my pleasure to do this for you. One lucky person, as I said, will win a free love reading. I would like to thank you all so much for all that you do for my channel. This is me giving something back to you. I do receive your love daily, and this is just something extra for Valentine's Day. There will be more to come, more competitions like this. For those of you that are interested in what's happening with me, I am settling in slowly in this new environment. It takes a while though, and being a Virgo, everything's got to be perfect. So look out for more coming from my channel. And also, I would like to wish you all good luck, and I will be announcing the winner, obviously. I will be posting it on Instagram, so you know who the actual winner is. All right, thank you all so much, and talk to you soon.